Hello, and welcome to today's live session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited for today's training. Today, we're going to be talking about how optimizing and managing your energy will help you create a more fulfilling and personal lifestyle, as well professionally. It's gonna help you in all areas of your life. Energy management really isn't just about doing more. I know a lot of people think that, oh, let's just see if I can stretch the limits, see how much I can do. It's really about ensuring that you have the vitality to enjoy and engage in what you're doing, and also be able to have that energy left over to do the things that matter most to you, like having that quality of life. We all seek to have quality of life, not only in professionally but also in our personal lives, so being able to have quality of life all around. I know that we often juggle numerous responsibilities. That's just a fact of life, and without proper energy management, I feel it is really super easy for us to overcommit ourselves, to overstretch our limits, which leads to feeling drained and overwhelmed. And so that's why my focus today is really to provide you with practical tips to help you to manage your energy levels more efficiently. So hi, hello, I am Leslie Cadet. I'm a self-care strategist for female entrepreneurs. I specialize in creating systems that transform daily stress and constant overwhelm into clarity and calm, ensuring that you're present for life's important moments, both in your personal life and your professional life. Over the past few years, I have dived deeper into my self-development journey. I've been on a self-development journey for a few years now. I've learned that leaning into continuous growth and learning really has been pivotal for me. It's helped me to learn about myself more, and it's helped me manage my personal and my professional life with greater ease and flow. As I've previously shared throughout my emotional burnout series, which I did for quite a few weeks, if you haven't had a chance, go back and watch them. I really learned a pivotal lesson around how my energy works. I've learned how to identify my peak energy times. I think that's so important. I also have learned that it's a prerequisite that I have boundaries around my time so that I protect my energy stores, as well as knowing, also 100% knowing that self-care, not only is it a non-negotiable, but it really should be on your calendar first. It should be the first thing that goes on your calendar so that you fill your cup every single day so that you are taking care of you. And I've just discovered that managing my energy really is key to maintaining a high quality of life. So for today, the purpose really is to equip you with the knowledge and tools to help you manage your energy more effectively. When you understand your energy patterns and you learn to protect your time and your energy and implement practical steps for energy management, you'll be able to prevent yourself from having those burnout phases, going through burnout, especially if you go all the way through to either crisis syndrome burnout or full on emotional burnout from just, the energy and time that you're spending with other people on, what, putting you're all in for them and not taking care of you, or with your business or work, and really like not taking time to take care of yourself, and you end up in a burnout phase. I want to I'll be able to help to ensure that you are living a fulfilling and vibrant lifestyle by learning how to manage your time, not only your time, which I talked about last week, but your energy so that you efficiently manage it. So we're going to explore three key areas today. The first one will be understanding your energy patterns. I think it's really important to know that. Then we're going to talk about balancing your physical, emotional, and your mental energy. And then the last will be, I'll be providing practical steps for daily energy management. So whether it's your work life, your family life, your personal life, your self-care, I want to be able to help you create structure around your energy so that it supports your well-being and it enhances your quality of life. So if you're ready to get started, I'm ready to get started. So key point number one is understanding your energy patterns. It's crucial that you understand these because it'll help you manage your energy again more effectively, better efficient use of your time, which affects your energy, and your energy vice versa affects your time management. It involves identifying your peak energy times and learning how to leverage them for maximum productivity and well-being. It's about knowing if you're a sprinter or a marathoner. Now, if you were able to catch my live a few weeks ago, I talked about, are you a sprinter or a marathoner, where Sprinters are those who can work intensely for short bursts of time, but need frequent breaks to recharge their energy. That's where I fall in. I know that I am a sprinter. I need frequent breaks. So I think that the Pomodoro technique really suits someone like myself well, because it's working for 25 minutes and taking a 5-minute break. You're basically, you are intentionally putting in those breaks, and you're allowing yourself to recharge, versus if you're a marathoner, you might be that person who can sustain your focus for longer periods of time before you need a break. You still need breaks, but you can go a little bit longer than someone like myself who's a sprinter. I might be able to only go for, say, 45 to 60 minutes and need a break, and I might need a 15 to 30-minute break, and that's just because I've learned my energy, so I know that's how I am. Whereas a marathoner, you might be that person who can go for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then you can take a 15-minute break, and you're great, you're recharged, you're re-energized, and you can get back to it. So when you understand that, like whether you are that sprinter, if that's who you are, you're a sprinter, or you understand that you're a marathoner because you understand your energy patterns, this is how you've been working, that can help you significantly optimize your energy, and which will enhance your performance and your productivity and affect your overall well-being. And again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be a sprinter, or like you might have started out as a sprinter. Like I used to be. I believe that I was a marathoner. I believed I was a marathoner for many years. I believe that's how I was. And I think it just comes with, as we get older, our energy levels start to, become less and less. And it's just a fact of life. Okay. So maybe you started out as a marathoner and now you find yourself, you're a sprinter, but you don't realize that until you take that time to intentionally look at your patterns, like your energy patterns. And so when you can start doing that, that's when you start realizing, oh, this is who I am. I'm a sprinter now. Maybe I did fall into that category of a marathoner where I could go for longer bursts of time. I had more energy, but now I'm finding, as I'm older, or maybe I have more responsibilities, so I have a lot more on my plate, that now I find that I do need those longer breaks, shorter intense bursts of working, and then I need a little bit longer breaks to get myself recharged. So it's just really learning about that. Some Here's some benefits really to understanding your energy patterns. It's really important because, number one, enhanced productivity is really important, right? Like when you are intentional about how you structure your time, which is like what I spoke on in last week's video. And with intentional time management, you align your most demanding tasks with your peak energy times. You're going to find that you're more likely to complete your tasks more efficiently and effectively. Number two, it improves your well-being, because when you recognize and you respect your natural energy rhythms, that will help reduce stress and prevent burnout, getting into that burnout phase. As I previously mentioned, knowing if you're a sprinter or a marathoner could really be the game changer to your time management skills and your efficient use of your energy. Because again, you may have been a marathoner like I believed I used to be years ago. And as I've gotten older and as just things have changed, my lifestyle has changed, my desire of how I want my lifestyle to be like has changed. And so with that comes like, well, how does that work with my energy and my time management? So really learning about yourself is really important. I feel like learning again is growing. I will always be in that learning and growth mindset, because I feel like I just get better. I get better. I become a better version of myself when I pay attention to things and learning about myself, and being able to be open to changing where I need to be changing, to pivot when I need to pivot. So number three, better time management. So when you are understanding your energy patterns, it helps with better time management, because when you know when you're most energetic, that will allow you to schedule your tasks more strategically, which will lead to more efficient use of your time and a more balanced and productive lifestyle, a more productive and positive day. So let's talk examples. About number one, identifying your peak energy times, because I think this is where, again, not knowing if you're a sprinter or a marathoner, or maybe believing that you are a marathoner when actually you're a sprinter, because you're not really paying attention to the signs, or maybe you think that you're a sprinter and you really are a marathoner. And either way, it doesn't matter. It's just learning to really understand what you are, like what your energy, I guess your energy personality is. So what I would suggest is you spend a week tracking your energy levels at different times of your day. So and note then when you feel most alert, when you tend to feel sluggish, like what times of day, what's going on, like really becoming self-aware around it. If you notice, for example, that you're more energetic in or most energetic in the morning, this would be fitting for you to plan your most challenging heads down task, the most focused of tasks for the morning time, right? And then for those lower energy time slots, maybe mid afternoon, because it's knowing your energy. Maybe mid afternoon, you find that you're not as, you have a lower energy, you do. And those could be saved for less intense admin tasks, like maybe reading through and responding to emails, or they could be listening to voicemail messages and then deciding how you're going to respond to them, or looking at text messages and responding to them. It's like having those lower admin tasks in those time slots, so that you're not feeling like, you get those things done. They're not going to take too much up of your energy. Whereas like something like you're working on a big project and you're most energetic in the morning, that's when you want to put that project there. Number two, you want to match your tasks again to your energy levels. So when you learn to align your daily tasks with your energy patterns, using high energy periods for your demanding tasks and your low energy times for less intensive activities. Like I was saying, like, as your admin tasks that don't take up a lot of your energy bandwidth, that's really going to help you, because you're going to find like, oh, that, okay, my head's down. I have a big project I'm working on it tomorrow. Like maybe you're working on a new service or a new product for your clients. And that's when you want to be able to say, okay, this is when I have the most bandwidth, energy wise, mental wise, like your mental focus for that time period. And you do that. So you use that time. For example, you might schedule a creative work or problem solving task for when your energy is high, right? And then the routine tasks like the answering the emails or text messages when your energy dips. I also want to also point out that it is important to note that some of your tasks, like meetings or calls, might be scheduled in those non-peak energy time slots, because they are out of your control, because it's not a meeting that you scheduled that was in control. You were in control of the time slot, but rather someone else was in control of the time slot, and it could be in a non-peak energy time where you are not really truly at your highest energy level. That's when self-care really becomes that crucial piece to the puzzle that you really should be a non-negotiable to set you up throughout your day. So that means that you're making sure you're getting your breaks in, you're protecting your energy, you're learning to say yes to things, the right opportunities that align with where you're at in your journey right now. I know I did this in the very beginning, and I don't know if you can relate, but way back in the day when I first started as a coach, I was saying yes to everything under the sun: challenges, workshops, webinars, programs. I had everything on my calendar. And I remember one day looking at my calendar and I had a 30-day challenge on there. And then with everything else on there, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do all of this. And it was so overwhelming. And I felt like my brain was going to explode. So it's really learning to be able to say yes to the right things that align with where you're at right now, and being able to say no or not right now. Sometimes things we say yes to are not necessarily the right things that really align, but we think they are, because we think at the time, oh, this would be fun or this would be interesting. But unless you really have that time available, and you really truly feel that you're going to commit to it and show up, it's really like having that decision making process. Like, is this going to work for me? Am I going to show up? Am I committed to showing up for this and engaging and doing it? Because I can tell you, I've signed up for several workshops and webinars that I never watched, and I didn't go back to watch again, because I knew I didn't have the time. I was overwhelmed. My calendar was overwhelmed. So it's really important to pay attention to that, so that you don't overwhelm yourself and with things that don't align with where you're at in your journey right now. Also, you could be working on something, you could be working towards a specific goal. And if you're working on something to a specific goal and something shows up that's maybe part of the plan, but it's for like months down the road or weeks, or I should say weeks down the road. I like to keep my goals closer, but maybe weeks down the road, and it's not for right now, but you now say yes to it, it's going to mess things up because you're going to dilute your focus on things that don't matter right now. Maybe because you're afraid you're going to miss out on it, it's not going to come around again. And here's the thing that I want you to remember: sometimes, this is what's really cool, is that sometimes when you do something and you meet a goal, and then something else will pop into your feed, or something, you'll learn something new, or someone will say something that you hadn't been expecting to hear. It opens up your mind to a new possibility, and you think, oh, this actually aligns better, and you pivot, and that thing that was showing up no longer aligns with the story, or no longer is in the same like the same like steps. It gets moved out, or it doesn't belong anymore. So being open to that is really important, and it'll allow you to keep yourself from saying yes to too many things that don't really align. So that's why I'm saying it's just really it's important to note that. So now, key point number 2 is balancing your physical, emotional, and mental energy. Really important. It's about ensuring that each aspect of your energy is replenished and maintained. So another reason why I believe that self-care should be handled as a non-negotiable is I believe it should be on your calendar first, because you're prioritizing yourself. You're saying, I'm a priority, my well-being is priority, and when I do that, I'm then going to show up as the best version of myself. So benefits of that is, um, when you do prioritize self-care and you do prioritize yourself, and you maintain that harmony around your physical, emotional, and mental energy, that's going to lead to more harmonious and fulfilling life, because what you're doing is you're looking after you, you're filling your cup daily, you're making sure that you're at your best, to serve in the areas that you serve. It helps to reduce stress. It promotes a sense of calm and stability when you learn uh, the importance of, and you lean into understanding the importance of taking care of you, making yourself that priority, making your health and your wellness a non-negotiable. And when your energy is at its peak, when you are feeling your best, you're more present, you're more engaged in your relationships, and you're fostering stronger connections because you're all in. I can't tell you how many times when I felt like just so drained, and it's really like I don't even want to talk to anybody, because I'm not taking care of myself. I know in those moments when I'm not taking care of me, and I start to feel that way, and I start to resent when I have meetings, like scheduled, maybe weekly meetings, with people that we're support groups for each other. We show up for each other to talk about business, to talk about life, to support each other. And I started finding myself at one point getting resentful of those meetings, and realizing, wait a second, it's not I'm resentful of them, I'm not taking care of me. So it's really important to become super aware. So some examples that can help you to enhance your self-awareness around taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and your mental energy, is to incorporate regular exercise and proper nutrition. So scheduling morning walks or a workout session to boost your physical energy. Making sure you put it on your calendar like you do every other important meeting. Making sure that you eat healthy, so that you fuel your body. Like when you have those heads down, all in major focused projects, eating a sugary snack isn't going to help you, right? It's not going to really fuel your body. It'll give you a high, but all of a sudden you're crashing. So it's really important to pay attention to what you're eating, especially if you're in those high peak moments that you need to be at your high peak moment, right? You're in your most energized time slots. You want to make sure you're taking care of yourself, and you also want to make sure you're hydrating, because obviously water is good for you as well. It's good for your body. It's good for your brain. Um, when it comes to emotional energy, you want to engage in activities that nourish your emotional well-being, like spending time with your family, those bonds, the feel good bonds of being around people who care about you, who love you, who you love. Another way also could be to practice gratitude, where you'll take a few minutes daily to reflect on things you're grateful for. And then at the end of your day, and maybe you start your day that way, and then the end of your day, you reflect on what you've experienced, the people that you were interacted with, the experiences that you had that you're grateful for, and also being grateful that you lived a day that was not promised to you, but that you were gifted with anyways. Because every day is not promised. Some people didn't wake up today. And I mean, that's a harsh thing to say, but it's true. Some people did not open their eyes. They did not take a breath into today. You did. If you're watching this video, you did. So be grateful for that. And then next is really stimulating your mind with things like activities like reading or puzzles, learning something new, but also too, at the same time, making sure you're taking those breaks to avoid mental fatigue, because when you're learning something new, you need to give yourself a break. You need to allow your brain to digest what it's learning so that you can retain it and also be focused when you get back to whatever it is that you were doing. So you might set aside time for a hobby that challenges your mind. Like I said, reading a new book around a topic you've been wanting to learn about, or you're working on a puzzle that stretches you to think as you look at each puzzle piece and figuring out like where that goes. And again, always to take those short breaks to clear your mind. Now, the third key point is we're going to talk about some practical steps for energy management. This can significantly, when you take time to intentionally put in practical things that align with your lifestyle, that's going to really enhance your productivity, your overall well-being, and they really should be easy for you to insert into your daily routine. Meaning, I always have believed this. I tell this to everybody that I talk to, anybody that I coach, that whatever you implement into your daily routine must suit your lifestyle. Okay. It should be something that you're willing to do daily so that it becomes a habit that supports your quality of life. It can't be something that I do that you don't like. Like, I like to meditate. I like to journal. I don't always journal every day, but I meditate every day. Maybe that's not your thing. Maybe there's other things. Maybe you have a list of things that you have, like 30 things, and each day you do something different every day. To start your morning, and you repeat it the next month, whatever that looks like, or every 30 days, it just changes. Whatever that is, making sure that it suits your lifestyle that you're going to actually show up and do, and you're going to do daily so that it becomes a habit. As an example, for me, I go walking every single morning. I'm up. Before, I used to sometimes look at my clock and think, oh, I could sleep a little bit longer. But instead, now I say no, because it's hot here. I'm in Florida. It's hot and humid early morning. Almost the heat of the day is upon us. So I'm out there at 6:30 every morning. I go for my 40-minute walk, and I listen to a podcast. I listen to something that is interesting to me. So I'm feeding my brain something really positive, but I'm also part of the time practicing mindfulness walking, which is no, I'm not listening to anything, just except the birds. Watching the birds. The birds, there's so many of them. It's amazing the language that they have. They're singing to each other, they're talking to each other, and just being mindful of my surroundings. That is what I do every day. That is a habit that I started, and it was hard at first because some days I wanted to say, I don't feel like it. But even when I knew it was going to rain, I was like, oh, when it would rain first thing in the morning, as soon as it stopped, I was out there. Even if it was hot, I was out there because I wanted to continue my habit of getting out there daily. So when you're intentional about, what you incorporate as a new self-care activity or something that's going to benefit you, that's important to note, because when you increase your energy levels through or what I was trying to say is, when you're intentional, it helps to increase your energy levels. In other words, you start to do things that actually fuel you, like they make you feel better emotionally, physically, mentally. And when you do that, it's important to note, because when you're effectively managing your energy, it helps you maintain consistent energy levels throughout your day. It improves your productivity because when you optimize your energy, you can accomplish more without feeling drained, which promotes better quality of life because when you're managing your energy effectively, it leads to a more fulfilled, harmonious lifestyle, especially when it's paired with intentionally uh, structuring your day and the use of your time and protecting your energy. Like that all goes hand in hand. Again, your time affects your energy affects your time. So knowing that those two go together and being really super intentional about how you manage them is really going to be important. So some examples to help you with this are number one, mindfulness and relaxation. So incorporating practices into your daily routine, like to help you manage stress and recharge your energy, like deep breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, mindfulness walking, as I was saying, paying attention to your surroundings, bringing yourself back to the present moment. Even if it's just for a few minutes each day, that's going to help you relax and rejuvenate. The second one is physical activity. Regular exercise is a powerful way to boost your energy levels. So aim for at least 30 minutes of exercise a few times per week. I know I mentioned yoga as a mindfulness technique. It is because it also is relaxing because you're stretching. But even going for that walk, like I said, I go every day for 40 minutes. It could be a brisk walk. It could be a bike ride. It could be a workout if you go to the gym. Whatever that looks like, again, it's important that it fits your lifestyle and something that you will commit to putting on your calendar and to doing. Number three is nutrition and hydration. So eating healthy and staying hydrated to support your energy levels is so important, especially when you're working on big projects or head down full concentration activities. Again, reiterating the point that if you're eating a sugary snack just before you're going to start working on your big project, you'll get that high, but all of a sudden you'll get that major crash. And I'm sure you've had that happen before. Or if you eat a really full meal, like if you eat a fast food meal, how do you feel afterwards? Think about that. Usually, typically, if I eat a big meal, especially, or even a big meal, whether it's a fast food meal or if it's a big meal, you feel sluggish. You feel like, I just want to go curl up on the couch and go to sleep, right? So it's really important to make sure that you are paying attention to what you are eating, especially if you're working on important tasks. So eating a variety of nutrient-rich foods, drinking plenty of water throughout your day, avoiding excessive caffeine and sugary snacks. I'm not saying that you can't have those things, but really those things are not going to sustain you the way eating healthy will when you are working on those bigger tasks. And then number four is sleep and rest. It's really important to make sure that you're prioritizing your sleep, by having those hard stops at the end of your day so that you can wind down and really like let go of your day, like making sure that you can wind down enough that you go to bed and you get that quality of sleep. Making sure that you're prioritizing those breaks throughout your day to maintain your energy so you also avoid that mental fatigue. So you want to aim for quality sleep each night. That's going to be your goal. Take your breaks to rest and recharge. Even if your breaks are just 5 minutes, for a 5-minute walk around your office or a quick stretch, it's going to allow you to unwind and recharge from always being in the doing. Allow yourself just to be. Like I think that's what we tend to forget. We're in just such this hustle culture. We forget to just be, and we're always in the doing. So it's really important. So I'm just going to go over a little bit. I'm almost finished to wrap up, but I just wanted to go over a little bit more. I just want to leave you with some reflective questions to encourage you to take a moment to really reflect on how you manage your energy. Like think about how you currently manage your energy and maybe what changes that you might make or might want to make to improve your energy management. Again, with paired with your time management so that you have, you're feeling better about yourself and you're more productive in a way that, gets you feeling like you are doing things like what you do. You feel good at the end of your day, that you had a day well lived. So I'm going to have four different questions based around our different the things I talked about today. So like number one, energy burster drainers. So thinking about your energy drainers, what activities or habits do you have that drain your energy the most? Are there certain things that you do, like certain tasks or behaviors that consistently leave you feeling exhausted? And how do these energy drainers affect your daily life and overall well-being? Like, how do they affect you daily? The second one we're going to talk about is energy boosters. So, what activities or habits that you have in place help to boost your energy levels? Like, consider what makes you feel refreshed, makes you feel energized, ready to take on the day. A lot of that could come from having that amazing night's sleep because you set yourself up the day before for a really good night's rest. You got that rest in, you woke up energized and ready to go. That could be part of it. The habit to boost your energy levels is making sure that you are setting yourself up for a good night's rest the night before. How can you incorporate more of these energy boosting activities into your routine? Implementing the techniques, for example, is the third one. Which energy management techniques that I talked about today could you start implementing right away? Like think about small actionable steps that you can take to optimize your energy. And how can you adjust your daily schedule to better align with your peak energy times and needs? And again, being really, really super intentional about what you say yes to. It's so easy to fill our calendars thinking that, first of all, I need to do this or I need to do that because it's supposed to support this and it's supposed to support that. But if it's not in alignment with when you, like, especially with time management, like I talked last week, if you have a weekly goal and then you have set your days up to meet that goal and you're then filling your calendar with other things that disrupt the flow, that's not going to help you, right? So being really, really intentional is so important. Again, the fourth one, again, time. So I'm bringing that back. Think about how you structure your daily schedule because, again, maybe what you're putting on there doesn't match your energy, right? Maybe you're a sprinter. You found that you're putting things on your calendar that not only overwhelm your calendar, but they drain you. So maybe you're putting on tasks that are too big. Maybe use time blocking and you block so many big tasks together thinking that they're all going to fit in a couple hours, and you find that they're 4 hours later you're still working on the first two things and you've got three more in that block of time that were scheduled for today. Really paying attention to that. So take some time and really think about these questions. I'll make sure that I'll put them in the comments after the video. Learn what you're doing now that supports you and where maybe you might need to make some changes, because when you understand and manage your energy better, you're going to be able to improve your productivity, improve your well-being, and also improve your quality of life. Managing your energy effectively is key to maintaining a fulfilling personal lifestyle. And when you pay attention to your energy patterns, making mindful adjustments, you can significantly enhance your overall well-being, especially to like in enhancing your overall well-being, especially when you pair time management and energy management together, because I do believe they go hand in hand. It's really going to be game changing. It's going to be life changing. Remember this, like optimizing your energy isn't just about doing more. It's about feeling better. It's about enjoying your life fully. It's about making sure you have the energy to do what you love, to be present for the moments that matter most. So that you have that quality of life, because that's what we all want, right? We want quality of lives. So before I go, I want to just ask you this further question, because I know sometimes it can be really super hard when someone is saying, well, these are the things to do to help you to manage your time better, or manage your energy better, or whatever they're talking about. But here, for the sake of today and what I'm talking about and what I do, I want to ask you this question. Have you ever felt like you have no time or energy to get things done on a daily basis? And when you're presented with the tools and the strategies that will help you, you don't implement them because you've talked yourself out of believing that it will work, and you'll instead lean into that you don't have the time or the energy to do them, to incorporate what I do, in other words, the self-care. And so you stay stuck in that old patterns. That's where I come in. I help you get unstuck so that you can confidently put the systems in place that support your well-being and that will help you use your time more efficiently and support your energy. So with that being said, before I go, I wanted to remind you about my holistic balance and success audit. which will give you a comprehensive look at your current self-care practices, provide actionable insights tailored specifically for you. We'll look at your strengths, gaps, and areas for improvement. You'll get insights into how you can manage your time more efficiently so you can gain control over your schedule, reduce stress, and create harmony between your personal and professional responsibilities. We'll uncover any hidden challenges that you have that might be holding you back, that might be affecting your productivity. And so we'll uncover those and we'll address those. And with that being said, you will also get a detailed video report, because that's how I'd like to do that. So you'll give me the information. I'll collect information from you, and then I will give you a detailed video report along with a written report with insights, actionable steps, again, showing you where your gaps and strengths and room for improvement. And this is all going to help you to feel clear, refocused, re-energized, and inspired to take your life to the next level. So if you're interested in learning more, send me a message. We can have a chat. I know that if this today has resonated with you, I can help you. So reach out to me and let's get on a call and we can talk about it. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you found what I shared with you helpful, that you're inspired to take steps toward better energy management. When you take care of your energy and you let it fuel you, you're going to have a vibrant and fulfilling life. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.